Report of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, the Senate impeachment trial is continuing. Trump's defense team continues to make these weak-ass arguments. You know what I'm saying? He got Kenneth Starr on his team, lawyer who basically had led a probe that led to Bill Clinton's impeachment trial. And now he's saying that, you know, he's talking all this jazz about how impeachment will divide the country and is unnecessary. Then you have Alan Dershowitz, the dude from the Harvard law professor who actually represented Jeffrey Epstein, now representing Trump's lawyer as well, basically saying that even with the manuscript of former National Security Advisor John Bolton having been leaked, showing the excerpt of him writing that Trump had conditioned the military aid to Ukraine to further be withheld until they handed over documents related to Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Dershowitz tried to say that that's not an impeachable offense. Now, again, weak-ass arguments. Nevertheless, Mitt Romney, senator for Utah, Republican, former presidential candidate against Obama, he actually said that it's very likely that they'll get 4 Republican votes. So it's increasingly likely that they'll get 4 Republican votes that'll force the Senate to have to allow for witnesses and new evidence to come to the trial. We'll see how that comes out. It shouldn't even be it should be a no-brainer, really, right? Green War on graduation. The New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Trump is actually expected to unveil his plan for the Middle East today, and he's going to do it with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu right at his side. Now, Netanyahu's actually currently has officially been indicted for charges for corruption charges. We're talking bribery, we're talking fraud, we're talking breach of trust. But nevertheless, that's going down. Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor to the Middle East, and he got some weird-ass title that has him as like the bearer of peace in the Middle East, with no prior experience or any shit like that, no qualifications for that position. Nevertheless, he developed the plan, and the Palestinians just outwardly reject it. They already know the plan doesn't allow them to keep the occupied territory that they have. It doesn't give them Jerusalem, which is a mixed occupied entity. It gives it to Israel and does all sorts of things. No consultation with the Palestinians, so they're just straight up rejecting it. We'll see what happens though. Green War on graduation. What other New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So the Supreme Court voted narrowly 5-4 yesterday in a vote that will lift this injunction that was placed on the public charge rule introduced by the Trump administration. When this hit a few months back, it caused some social media outrage, but let me break this down though. The public charge rule basically allows immigration officials to deny immigrants with proper documentation green cards and visa applications if it's determined that they're likely to come into the U.S. and depend on public assistance. We're talking housing vouchers, Medicare, we're talking food stamps, things of that nature. If it's determined that you're going to be dependent on that, then they could just straight up reject you and not let you into the country, essentially making it so that poor people can't come in, which is a serious moral issue, right? Like, I mean, isn't this the land of opportunity? Green War on graduation. What other New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Make sure y'all sign that petition, y'all. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube. Take you to the change.org link that takes you to the petition, lays out exactly why you should be removed from the platform, violating Twitter policies, putting us in danger, troops in danger, like spreading all sorts of misinfo. The shit has to stop. If impeachment don't stop him, who will? Now check this out. The House Democrats are actually considering reviewing the No Ban Act, which is essentially an overturn of Trump's Muslim travel ban. There's a lot of countries on that, Syria, Libya, Iran, a bunch of Muslim countries, you know what I'm saying? Majority Muslim countries. So, and Trump even announced last week that he's going to add some more countries onto that list. So we'll see how this turns out. All of this happening while the appeals court in Virginia today is actually reviewing three cases against Trump's travel ban. Green War on graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. So the Trump administration's war on the press seems to continue. You know what I'm saying? And these very sometimes blatant, overt ways, or sometimes very like low-key, pernicious ways. You know what I'm saying? And in this regard, the State Department has actually removed veteran NPR reporter Michelle Kellerman from the press pool that was actually supposed to follow Secretary of State Mike Pompeo around while he took these trips to Central Asia and Europe and Central Europe, and including Ukraine. Now this happened because this past Friday, Pompeo was actually on a show called NPR show called All Things Considered, run by Mary Louise Kelly, who basically interviewed him and pressed him about him not sticking up for Marie Yovanovitch, because in the interview he basically says that, you know, we defended everybody and all of us, our State Department officials, and she was like, well, where's the defense for Marie Yovanovitch? And then he tried to dodge the question, and then off air Kelly says he cursed her out about it. Pompeo says that he was asked questions different from what he was told that he was going to be asked, and he was also told that he was told that after the interview that what he had said, all of that was off the record. And Kelly said neither of those are true. And at the end of the day, yo dog, you in an interview, you being asked a fucking question. So what is so hard? Answer that motherfucker, or find a better way to respond. How you gonna get mad? You're the fucking Secretary of State. Green Wall and graduation. What the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. Now I want people to think on this, like, think really about how you feel about this, you know what I'm saying? Especially for those who might have been around when this actually happened. Those who was out in the 90s, possibly off the porch and all of that, right? So, Felicia Somnez is a Washington Post reporter who has actually been placed on leave due to the fact that she actually had retweeted she tweeted a link to a Daily Beast article that brought up the 2003 rape allegations against Kobe Bryant, all in the midst of, like, you know, Kobe Bryant just dying by a helicopter crash with his 13-year-old daughter and 6 other people and the pilot, right? She was placed on leave and, you know, received also, and of course it caused a whole lot of outrage, but you know, she was just like, you know, this all, Somnez actually said, even though she deleted that tweet, you know, she stated like how, like, you know, this outrage and these threats I'm getting, like, all seem to be like the exact reasons why people are silent or remain silent with these issues. I just want to know what y'all think about that. I just want y'all to ponder on that. Like, which way does that go? Is she wrong? Is she right? Like, it's just so be it. Should she be placed on leave? That's something wrong. Green Wall and graduation. Before the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. So yesterday, out in Afghanistan, in the eastern province of Ghazni, an American military plane that actually crashed. Now the Taliban's out there fronting. Matter of fact, I don't want to say they was fronting. I don't know them niggas. I wasn't out there. But the Taliban is saying that they actually brought the plane down, while U.S. officials are saying that plane did not come down from enemy fire. But right now, there's no confirmation on how many people were actually on board this aircraft. Keep in mind though, Afghanistan, you know, they real active out there. Where in the northern Balkh province, for example, on Sunday there was actually a government air raid that took place and ended up taking the lives of at least 7 civilians. Now at the same time, also in the province of Baghlan, you actually had Taliban members rush this police station and ended up taking the lives of at least 11 officers. So they really got it out there, man. Green Wall and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. So over in Brazil, there were record-breaking rains that actually took place and a bunch of flooding. We're talking about in the region of Minas Gerais or Gerais. I don't speak Portuguese. I don't necessarily know how to pronounce the names over there, but nevertheless, it's Minasgerais, right? And in that region, we're talking about at least 46 people being killed by the flooding and the landsliding that was going on. And you're also talking about the displacement of tens of thousands of people. Now, this comes almost exactly 1 year since the dam collapse that happened in that same region. Now, mining giant Vail is actually facing environmental charges for the collapse of this dam that basically damaged the surrounding land and the waterways or whatever, devastated the whole area. But also the CEO and 15 others are facing murder charges for that shit. So shit's real. Green Wall and Graduation, man. Report of the New World of the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over here in Black Fox News, you know, we always got a report on journalists. We got to shout out all of the journalists that do good work, and we also report on when journalists are put in danger, because the war on media and the war on journalism is real in these days and times, in these neo-Nazi, right-wing, neo-fascist times. You dig what I'm saying? Now, check this out. Over in Nigeria, though, you know, rest in power to Maxwell Nashan. This was actually a journalist and a reporter for the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, and he was actually killed in the eastern state of Adamawa in Nigeria. So the Committee to Protect Journalists is pushing for an investigation to see if this was related to any of his journalism. And as we've noticed in the murder of a lot of journalists in this past year that we've been doing the BFN Report, shit, it most likely is. Green Wall and Graduation. The World of the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Manhattan, Harvey Weinstein, almost like Jeffrey Epstein, different type of rapist, right? Harvey Weinstein actually is on trial, facing life in prison for rape. And they had the second woman, Miriam Haley, former production assistant, that basically testified in the trial saying that he raped her back in 2006 in his Manhattan apartment. Now, the other woman has said that he barged into her apartment and raped her, you know, back in the day. So it's not looking good for Holmes, but keep this in mind as he's actually, like I said, facing life in prison and has a case out in Cali, in LA, where he's also facing 28 years for similar offenses. So, Green Wall and Graduation. The New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, over in Seattle at the Swedish Providence Medical Center, which is run by Providence Health and Services, which is a corporate healthcare giant, thousands of nurses and caregivers are actually poised. They're saying 13,000 of these people are actually poised to walk off the job site this week, after they're launching a 3-day strike today, basically demanding from Providence better pay, you know what I'm saying, adequate staffing, as well as better conditions for the fucking patients. I mean, one of the complaints is that they actually prioritize profits over the patient's care. So, the better conditions for the patients that's insane. You know what I'm saying? So they already not doing their fucking job. That's the least we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? As a government regulator, for Christ's sake. Green Wall and Graduation. That's what's